Hi, my name is Natalie Jordan, and I'm a moderate severe special education teacher at Edison High School. I teach in the SAC program in a behavioral classroom, so behavioral data is a huge part of my job, as well as data collection on any other goals that my students have or baselines for future goals that I think could help. So anything that I'm going to propose to parents or talk about other service providers with, I want to be able to give them data. So even if it's not a current goal, we also need to be looking at data collection for areas that we just think might be becoming areas of unique need. So that's always something that I like to think about as well. So I started teaching during the pandemic. So online data collection is really important to me. So we'll go over a lot of digital data collection forms, but I also have resources for hard copy data collection, such as our clipboard systems that I use in my classroom every day. I love them. So I use them for behavioral goals, but you could easily modify them to include really any goal you want as long as it doesn't need a lot of comments for the first form that I gave. There are other clipboard data collection systems that allow you to leave comments on there and a lot more detailed evidence of what's been going on. So then we'll also talk about binder systems. There are both student and staff versions available for this. This one requires a lot of accountability for both students and staff. So if you're doing a student version, they need to be able to see reading on their schedule and they go to the reading section of their binder. For staff, I suggest having a goal schedule available for them so that they know when students should be working on certain goals. And then they need to be able to go into that binder or whatever it is, the folder that you have for that student, and they need to grab that goal work and make sure that they're working on it with their one on one or with their small group. Digital data collection. So I'll be going over Google Sheets, Google Docs, and Google Forms. I love these as easy ways to collaborate with other people and to get quick feedback. So I'm able to make graphs and show my staff what's been going on and really show them progress or sometimes lack of progress. And then, of course, hard copies of student work, what we should be saving, how long we should be saving it for. We need to be saving it for 2 years after an IEP. So having a good system for collecting this and making sure you're keeping it as long as you need to. So figuring out the right data collection system for your classroom will greatly depend on the number of students you have, the staff training, and your students' goals. So my goal is to always make data collection as easy and efficient for both myself and my staff so that it's happening on a frequent basis. And then when creating data collection systems based on student goals, I start out by looking at the identified skill being assessed, the criteria. So you can find the details on the various criteria vocabulary available in the goal and objectives handout under moderate severe IEP development. I highly suggest printing this out, having a copy of it, and referring to it whenever you're making goals. It's a great resource to have. And then, of course, checking out if a measurement tool is mentioned. So, can it be done through staff observation or does it need to be student hard samples of work? So, just looking at all of that and then deciding what data collection system is going to work best for your classroom, for that individual student, period, group. There are a lot of different ways to configure it. And really, at the end of the day, it just comes down to trial and error. So I'll be giving you a lot of ideas, and I hope you'll try them out and figure out which is best for you. Thank you.